don't care it's recorded, but your face is amazing, Richie.
Mate.
What?
Really playing it down, yeah?
In a world where there are more podcasts than grains of sand, a motley crew set themselves the challenge of a lifetime to find the most kick-ass things to do and do them. This is How to Kill an Hour with Marcus Bronzy and a few guys who, well, they claim to be his friends.
You serious?
Hey, what's happening, bruv?
Oh, that fucking does kick ass. I'm not going to lie, though. At one point during the crescendo, I was expecting Redman and Method Man Smash Something to kick in.
Oh, my days. I can't wait to get a ropey remix of it where we don't get DMCA striked on it so you can play that at the end. I'd love that, man.
It's so good. Who cares?
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Welcome to the show. It's How to Kill an Hour. Marcus Bronzy.
Richie Driss.
How you doing, Richie, man?
Very well, my guy. Thank you.
Good. We've got a lot to talk about today. We had a scramble before the episode because it's a bit of an impromptu recording this, but I feel like we've ended up with more to talk about and more to do than not. But before that all cracks on, mate, how are you in and of yourself?
Listen, in and of myself, I am sailing along the ocean of this thing that we call life.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just got to do that, innit? You got to get your sails up.
Sometimes you got to ride the tidal waves. Sometimes you got to paddle. Other times you feel like you're going to drown. It is what it is.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
I don't know where the hell that metaphor come from, but I'm quite happy with it.
I mean, you took it all the way there.
I did.
I think you ran out of other things to say about it. I was thinking paddle.
How many things
swim,
can you do really in the sea, though?
Yeah. To be fair, do you know what?
Other times you're on a speedboat and everything is great.
Or in a cruise ship.
Yeah, and everything's chill.
Yeah, and then someone says this ship will never sink, and we all know how that went.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, we've run that into the ground, man. But yeah, this is How to Kill an Hour show where we look at the internet, talk about it. We also try new things, just like our friend Red Pepper, who gave us the intro. By the way, I've said this to Sean, another host of the show. He is the guy. That's the actual guy that does the voices. Like he is the guy.
Oh, I thought he was an impressionist.
No, he's the man.
Not to take anything away from him because it was a great impression, but also I thought you can't afford the guy.
Well, we interviewed him over you know that time in lockdown where everybody was kind of like doing interviews from home? Yeah. He has a whole studio. So like we had an interview chat with him about what it's like being the voice of trailers, and he is over this side of the water at least. Yeah. He's the guy. So he told us about one of his best gigs, which was a one-word gig. Saw. He just went saw. Which obviously that's not me doing it. Saw.
Then did you ask him how much you got paid for just saying that one word?
It's his full-time job, bruv.
Oh,
it's his full-time job. I would say it's probably pound for pound one of the best jobs he's ever done. Because I think when you think about it, there are high-paid jobs, but they require a lot of effort, right?
Yeah.
He's got the voice.
Yep.
He's done all the training. To say one word is amazing.
What percentage change is it from his natural speaking voice to soar?
He's got a naturally really...
That was quite good.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I don't know what Red would say. But he's got a naturally really gravelly, strong voice, but he can actually do quite high-pitched ones as well. So he's done like a Mr. Bean thing as well. Where he can do all sorts. He's amazing. He coaches people and stuff. But anyway, enough about that. This is the show where we talk about killing time, and the first bit of the show is all about our killer bit. And I'm going to jump in straight away, Richie, and I'm going to drive for this section of the show to say we've been working with a whiskey club.
Oh, sorry?
A whiskey club.
A club
of whiskies.
Oh my days, this sounds like heaven.
Yes, it's called Summerton Whiskey Club, and we're doing some work with them. You may have heard some ads before this show. You may hear some ads at the end of this show, and pretty much the gist is if you want to get involved in this amazing whiskey club, we can get an £80 bottle of whiskey for 50 quid. All you have to do is go to summertonclub.com/hour or use the code hour at checkout, and do that before the 4th of December, and you can get your hands on some Delicio whiskey. But anyway, I don't know much about whiskey. We've spoken about this on the show. I'm more of a yak man, which we can talk about later, but I wanted to know more about whiskey. So the guy who is behind Summerton popped over. His name is Dan, lovely, and we did a 10-minute taster session, and obviously it lasted longer than 10 minutes. So here's just a little bit of that. Hey, so here we are in another time and space. Yeah, hello and welcome to a 10-minute taster. Here we are joined by somebody who is more the knowledgeable in the world of whiskey, or much more so than myself. And they're going to help us taste some whiskies over the next 10 minutes or so. Helping me through this is Daniel Humphrey, the co-founder, or the founder, should I say, of Summerton Whiskey Club. And Summerton Whiskey Club has an amazing backstory that I want to get into before we do any tasting. Can you please share it with us? I've heard it before, but I really want to hear it again.
Thank you. Co-founder's probably right, because it all started as a Christmas present to my dad. He's paraplegic, which reduces the amount of presents you can get him. And he's one of those people that if I want something, I'll buy it. So trying to think, what do I get? I want something special. I know he likes to drink. And there's beer clubs, gin clubs, wine clubs. There's got to be a whiskey club, a rum club, something else out there. And there wasn't, because I wanted to buy it for him as a Christmas present. And as no one else did it, and he needed something cool, I made it for him. And it started off like that. I went and offered it I told my mates about it, and they went, can you get me a bottle for my mum, my dad, my auntie, uncle, brother, sister, friend? I was like, all right, I'll get another one. And all of a sudden you're like, hang on, there's a lot of you now. Is this a thing?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? And then Summerton Whiskey Club was born. We started offering it out to other people. And the co-bit is, yes, it was for Dad, but Dad being the first member, I also ask him stuff still. So he's involved in it. Like there is a bottle we just shared. He's actually the one that made the decision on that's the one we can do. And what we've become now is a bi-monthly, every 2 months, whiskey subscription. We send out a full bottle to just our members around the country so they can enjoy a different whiskey each time, a new experience. The idea is to introduce you to new flavours, new styles, new regions, new things for you to then go, I like this. I want to find more out about this. I want to go further and I'm going to explore this more. Also, what you don't like. So you know, I'm never going to do that one again.
Yeah, okay. Can we step into some whiskies today then? I
Yes,
think
we
we've
can.
got a selection. For those of you who aren't watching, who are just listening by audio, we have a selection of whiskies in front of us. And you've also got some mixers as well, haven't you?
So all of these are club bottles that we've shared or are about to share. And this one was is special to me. If you see it in the thing, this is the first whiskey that I completely created myself. I shared a label with my friend who helped me do it. He helped me source the casks. Then I went, I know what I want to do with this. We put them into port casks, and that's it. That's it. That is it. That was my thought too.
Yeah.
Like, I know this flavour will go really well with some fruity port in it. And we picked it up as a 13-year-old, put it into those port casks, and then when it hit 15, tasted it, I was like, oh, this is what I was going for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, guys, stay listening. If you, we've got a very nice little surprise at the end of this as well, which we'll get into that. Dan's giving me a little bit of insight on that. But let's focus on this right now. So
just smell it. Don't like...
that, you just hear me go, but it's that's really sweet. Like for me, like in a pleasant way. I really like that. I'm getting that fruity. I might not be as good as at describing the flavors that you get here, but I'm definitely getting those fruity flavors, and that would be coming from that second bit of the casking.
Yeah, mainly, and then you might get a little bit of vanilla in the background.
Yeah,
that's another. You know, it does have other sweet notes in it, a little bit more mellow, and that comes from the first set of casks.
Yeah. Great.
Where we're going to go next is a little bit more traditional.
Okay.
We're going to go for a single malt scotch.
All right.
And it's our next club bottle.
Okay. All right.
So this is a sneak peek.
All right.
No one knows that this is coming yet because we keep it as a surprise until it arrives.
All right.
So I'm not... Well, you can see the back of the bottle.
Okay.
That is all you're getting to know what it is. You'll have to sign up to enjoy this one.
Okay. What can you tell us about this? You gave me a little smidge of information about this, but I'd love you to tell the listener about what you can about this.
This is a difficult one because I don't normally share anything, but you've got to know a little bit. So let's go. It's a single malt scotch, traditional. It's a new release. It came out last month, and I'll tell you what. Do you notice any similarities between this and the last one? So whilst it's a different grain, so you're going to have a different level of almost depth in there. It's like going between pork and chicken, both meat, but they're not the same.
Has this been in a cask for a year and a bit? Something else? Has it been over there? Or?
It has been in a certain cask.
Okay, all right.
Do you want me to give you a little hint?
Go on, give me a little hint for it. Okay, all right. Can I say? Or am I allowed to say?
Go on there. Go on. No, go on. Might as well.
It's been in a port cask. Yeah. I've by the way, I didn't know that from smell. I've read that, but I'll be honest. But so it's got, like you said, it's got the different flavor underneath it, but then you've got that sweetness around it, which is a different kind of sweetness because port is a different flavor to what you get from sherry. So, okay, this tastes much more like Scotch, probably closer to what I'd associate Scotch drinkers with, and more of what I would think of when it comes to the smell of whiskey. All right, so go for this. Okay, all right.
And see, what we're getting here is they've been treated in similar ways, but we started at a different point with a different grain.
Okay.
And that shows just straight away one level of difference you can have in whiskey, which means that I've got hundreds of bottles to go through before I can show you like a smidgen of what's possible in the world of whiskey. There's that much variation.
Yeah.
And where are you, like, how, of those two, which one do you prefer?
The thing is, they're so different, it's hard to kind of say I like one. I like them both in different ways. So I like the Summerton and Whiskey Baron crossover because I think that's a good entry level for someone like myself who's a cognac drinker, a very sweet drink, quite a thick and strong drink. Whereas this is more of a whiskey drinker's drink, I feel like. So if you're somebody who wants to get more into whiskey, this is a nice entry, a nice thing to try. However, I think if you're a whiskey fan, I don't think you'd be disappointed by this because it has the kind of flavour and taste of a what you'd call a proper whiskey, but it feels like refined. I think I feel like it's not like firewater whiskey. Do you know what I mean? This is really, really tasty. At the moment, it's hard for me to call it, but I really like this. Here's what I could see myself drinking this by the fire.
That's it.
Snow outside. Yeah. Christmas music in the background. I don't know what, maybe a little mince pie to my right. I think maybe something like that. That's what I can see myself doing. I can see myself relaxing and on the way into Christmas and on the way out of Christmas, I see that being a really nice drink for me. I really like that. And I've got whiskey drink. Do you know what? I've got whiskey drinkers around me that I think will appreciate this. They'd really like this because this feels like they'd enjoy this kind of whiskey and it's got a lovely story behind it as well.
That's it. And the good thing about this is if you're thinking about getting a couple of presents for your mates, you know, like whiskey, this is a £75 bottle of whiskey.
Hey.
Maybe 80.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're buying it from. And members pay 50 quid and get free delivery.
Sweet.
So just sign up, get this bottle, maybe sign up 3 times, get this bottle for free, mates, and pause or cancel afterwards and just enjoy it. Like, with how prices are going up in the world, I'm hating it. And so we're not putting up our prices. We haven't put them up since 2018.
Sweet.
Because I want people to have access to great whiskey at a fair price.
Yeah.
And so this is one of those great deals. Like we do get a good deal every time, but this is a really good deal.
Yeah, man. Nice. All right. What have we got coming up next then?
This is the curveball.
Okay. All right.
So this is technically another single grain whiskey. It comes from Canada, from a distillery called Black Fox Farm and Distillery.
Okay.
They are a couple, John and Barb, who sold their 5,000 acre farm because they were bored of getting, or didn't want to keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're world renowned in the world of farming. Like when they tell me all the talks they're going on this month, like wow. But they gave it up, but they decided that they were going to sell that, bought an 80 acre farm and built a distillery. They grow their own grains, they distill it themselves, and they sell it. So it's a complete experience of their farm in the Canadian prairies near Saskatchewan. And they are completely unique in they use a grain called triticale, which before talking to them I hadn't heard of. And I'm not going to lie, the first couple of conversations I thought they were lying.
Yeah.
You know, I was just joking.
Right, mate,
triticale, that's not a grain. Yeah. But it's a mix between wheat and rye. Okay. And rye brings spicy notes to a whiskey. Wheat is more mellow. So the one we had at the beginning, the reason it can take so much from the cask is because it's a much more mellow flavour.
Okay.
And so you can bring more flavours on top of it. Whereas a single malt, it's got a bit more robustness.
Okay.
And so you're more joining the flavours into it. So with this, you've got a little bit of spicy, a little bit of mellow. The other thing they do is instead of aging or leaving their barrels in a warehouse. They put them out in a field. And it's Canada, so it goes down to -40 in winter. And in summer, it goes up to +40 in those casks. I've never heard of that before. That kind of range I just don't know of. There's snow on the cask sometimes in the year. And then in the summer, you've got the sun beating down all the hours of the day. So it's a completely unique experience. Last year, I think they created 2,500 bottles.
Okay.
So they are tiny. And I got to chatting with them, and they are the nicest people ever. I was like, can I do something with you? And like, yeah. Can you import us to the UK? I was like, I can, as long as I don't have to be like a full-on importer. And oh yeah, no, we don't have enough bottles to have a full-on importer. But if we can be part of your club, we'd love it.
Sweet.
Oh, win-win. And so we got them over early this year, got the bottles over this year, and I think that was our June club bottle. Okay. And so first taste of the distillery for everyone in the country, first taste of a triticale whiskey, and the first taste of a barrel aged outside in the fields. So that's another side of what we do. So we've had a unique but kind of traditional. We've had almost a mainstream, more traditional, and now we've got something you just can't have anywhere else in the world. And that's kind of an experience of the club. So the other thing to know is it's in fresh American oak, which is what you use for bourbon.
Oh, okay. All right.
So there should be a few elements of that in there as well. But
okay,
have a taste and
see. This might be sacrilege, but bourbon, I know of one of the big whiskey companies, JD's, that bourbon.
Yeah,
right?
that's where I see. Oh, it's technically a Tennessee. Oh, is it Tennessee
see, there you
straight? Because they put an extra process in where you have to filter through maple charcoal on top of bourbon just to make it's just a unique thing to them. But yeah, it's pretty much bourbon. All
right, cool. Right, let's have I'm going to leave you to describe the flavours of this because this is what sounds.
So I get cherry on this. Mm-hmm. That's the fruit. So I'd say the first one was more like a raspberry, which had elements, but you didn't get as much of the raspberry in the single malt because from the port cask because there were other flavours it was blending in with. Now this is you're getting. Some people say cherry is a Canadian style. Some people will say it's to do with the rye. I'll say I just like it.
All right.
So I don't know, it's not licorice, but it's that kind of completely different style of flavours to the first two we've had.
Again, another really smooth one, and a reason I'm pleasantly surprised is we're in a room and these are all room temperature. There's no ice or anything like that. I'm really this probably says a lot about what kind of whiskey I've been drinking. I've been used to drinking stuff where I'm like afterwards like breathing fire, but this is another really like a really mellow flavour. Like you said, there might be some spice to it, and I was going to interpret that as like a real kick in the throat, but we just.
And then once again, try a couple of drops of water on it. See where that goes. But the one thing you're finding is same as I did when I started my whiskey journey. It was JD and Coke as a teenager.
Yeah,
with your mates. We've talked a little bit about it. I probably shouldn't share all of those stories.
Good times.
Yeah, they were. And I carried on in bourbon. I like rum.
Yeah,
that's where I was when I started this.
Yeah.
I'd had a few. I had single malts, but a lot of them were £20 bottles, and a lot of them I didn't really enjoy. I remember the first one I really enjoyed was Monkey Shoulder. It's not even an expensive bottle, but it uses bourbon casks with Scotch, and it was a nice gateway. But by doing this with the club, I straight away jumped from the £20 bottles into the 60, 70 or £50 bottles, and that jump, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah, this is nice. Why did no one give me this stuff earlier? Because if I'd have had this years ago, I would be here already. But like you, my first experience was like, well, that's fire. Like, why do you choose to drink that? That's horrible. Like, what part of you goes, I got to do? It's like learning to smoke. I think we talked about this the other day. Like, why do I have to keep on doing this till at some point like it? And then I jump up to this lot and I so get it. I so get what you're talking about. And I admit these are more expensive than 50 quid, all of them, but they're not, because that's what our members pay.
Yeah.
50 quid bottles.
Yeah.
So does that change?
I'm getting a. You know what, Dan? My vocabulary is not as advanced as you when it comes to tasting whiskey, but I'm getting a. It's more. I'm getting more of a woody, like a more of a I'm smelling the wood, which I presume would come from the cask that it's been in now. I'm smelling that a bit more, so it's more of an earthy flavour and smelling. Taste-wise, that I'm getting that via the taste as well, so it's a bit more of an earthy flavour, a bit more of that spice in there as well. Now that I put a couple of drops of water in there as well, really changed the smell though, man. Like really, the aroma has changed and the flavour as well. I think out of everything that I've tried today, those 3 drops I put in, literally just finger drops, that has really changed the flavour of this. That's probably been the largest difference in terms of flavour when it's had nothing in it compared to having a little splash of water in it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I like it though.
Yeah, little things, and that last bit, that's what matters. I don't. Vocabulary is rubbish. Like when people say, "What do you get?" Like, I went to one tasting. I think I get ashtray. And it's not bad, but I don't feel like I don't feel like I've got the vocabulary still to do it. It just goes back to that original question: do I like this? Yes or no? And then sometimes it's how much do I like this? Is this really good, or is this maybe another one? Kind of thing. And that's it. So you just tell me: do I like this one more or less? It's higher or lower, essentially. Yeah.
You know what? I'm building. I think I've got an idea. Once he says I ain't up the 4th bottle. Once we've tried them all, I think I know what I like more of so far and for when and where. If you know what I mean, I feel like it's a when and where. But that was nice. That was a very pleasant experience. So that's my first time trying the Triticale.
And I might be pronouncing that wrong. Do not worry about pronunciations, particularly Scotch brands. You're not going to get it right. It's
Triticale, yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Thanks. All the way from Canada. Big up. What we got now? What are we wrapping up with?
This is this one, the Black Fox one, the single grain Triticale. That's something that exists. Mm-hmm. This is completely out of mine and a guy in Denmark's brain. Right. So this is going to be a smoky one, but there's a touch of peat, not much, but it's more heather.
I can smell the smoke straight away. I can smell that smokiness.
But this is a smoky that you can't get anywhere in Scotland.
Okay.
And if you, a lot of people, they associate Scotch with this peaty, smoky whiskey.
Yeah.
And that is just a set of, historically, I think 6 distilleries on Islay. There's a lot more on the mainland that weren't using peat. But that flavour, which comes from peat from there, is iodine, TCP, medicinal peat flavour, smoky flavour. That's completely geographic to the style of peat. You go to the mainland and you get peat, it brings different flavours to it. So what we've got here is a smoke profile that that's a unique Danish smoke profile.
Okay, let's get into it then. I'm really tasting the peatiness of that. I'm tasting the smokiness of that. Again, another refined flavour as well, though. So I've obviously, like I said to you, I've been kind of expecting today this kind of another kind of kick in the throat, which none of these are giving me. But the flavour, the smokiness, the peatiness, I'm getting them coming together. I'm getting those 2 flavours. And you said the heather in there as well, right?
Yeah, so the heather is probably the peatiness you're getting is actually the heather. And this whiskey is really interesting. Generally, scientifically it's not proven, but from just anecdotal and my own experience, when you open a whiskey, the first taste is quite often different to the next few tastes. Like
I get that, yeah.
Like red wine.
Any drink. Yeah, any drink. I always say the first sip of beer on a hot day.
Yes.
The best. Yeah.
Whereas with whiskey, sometimes it's not the first that's the best. It's a week later, 2 weeks later.
Yes.
This bottle changes almost every single time I drink it.
Wow. And you've just opened this now. This is the one of the ones you've just popped the lid off.
This one I've been enjoying mine, so I didn't have an open bottle of it. I thought I'll bring a fresh one.
Got this out of the vault.
So if you taste this in 2 weeks, you'll have a different experience. Like sometimes I get like bacon butty, like proper with ketchup, like proper sweet but smoky, and then the next time I just get smoke. And then the time after that I get no smoke. I get the honey.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting where it goes. But I'd say, let's see, with this one, try with the ginger ale.
Just a little splash, or just.
Well, I'll just try a little splash
try a little
first.
splash first. There you go.
Because there's a thing with barbecues. Smoky flavours and sweet. That's a barbecue to me.
Yeah.
So, as part of this, have it how you want. Smoky ones, if you're not too sure about it, like, it's all right, I'm not sure. Try putting a sweet fizzy drink. Like there's one called a smoky cokey, and this is. I thought I'd bring something slightly different with the ginger ale, but it's that sweetness to it. Actually, I'm gonna have some too.
Yeah. The sweetness does work well with the smokiness, you know. I think barbecue's a good analogy. You have me thinking about hot wings and a nice barbecue bit of meat, but that sweetness, it kind of, for me personally, I lose a bit of the peatiness, keep the smokiness, and the sweetness kind of gets in with the smokiness, and I'm really tasting that there. That's quite nice. Let me try a tiny. I've only put a little splash in. Try a little splash.
Go more like you can go like almost like nine bits ginger ale to 1 bit whiskey. You find where your mix is.
I could drink that all night, you know. That's really nice. It's interesting how the heather or peaty flavour, you lose a bit of that. For me personally, when you put a bit of the ginger ale in, but you still maintain the smokiness. So, like you said, that barbecue flavour, I'm kind of experiencing there. That was because I've said to Dan, and I'll say it to you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of peaty flavours, but I think my experience today would make me want to try more stuff, and I think that's what it's about with Summerton. Yeah. It's about trying, and I think if this is what you can bring to the table with just like 3 or 4 bottles, it helps me feel better about trying new things. So I think as somebody I've tried a lot of things when I was younger, but as I get older now, trying new things, I always feel like I'm at risk of looking like a fool or an idiot or whatever. But I feel like you've kind of welcomed me into the world of whiskey a little bit more. And I feel like this could be the start of something new. I'm going to just knock this back off.
Yeah, for me, that's the key thing about what we are. We're here to be. We're all on our whiskey journey. Yeah. Some people decide that their whiskey journey involves not having any whiskey. Yeah. But if you're going on a whiskey journey, we're here to support you. We're not here to. Like I've got a mate. He just enjoys people in pain. It's just it. Like growing up, like, I'm done for tonight. Like, have a quadruple brandy. Yeah. No, I'm done. And that's not supportive. You don't learn in that thing. You just get scared of stuff. Yeah. We're here to help. I want to show you stuff, but I also, because I taste it all in advance, I'm trying to make sure, one, it meets a grade, but also it's something that's approachable. There's going to be something you don't like. Yeah. The whole reason why I want to make sure that all the bottles cost more if you bought them yourself is so you get at least 1 free bottle a year, essentially. So if you don't like it, you haven't lost out. Yeah. And I guarantee if you've got a whiskey mate, they'll generally like it and they'll go, oh, that's amazing. Yeah. And so you're still showing off because, come on, it's always nice to go, mate, have you seen this? What, you never had this? You don't even know what it is? Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. Even if it's not your thing, it will be theirs. Yeah, yeah. And the same thing you were talking about the events. What I'm trying to do is just help people in a soft way go further. So we've got some online events. You can sit in your own house. You don't have to communicate. You decide if you want to be in the chat or if you don't, and you just experience it yourself. Next year, you're going to come along. I'm telling you already. We've got a festival in St Albans. Sweet. Where just you come and just taste. Don't taste them all. There's too many to taste. But there'll be at least 10, 15 brands there. Taste a couple from each. And just go, I like that. Not so sure about that. Yeah. And that's what this is all about. It's just a helping hand. You find what you like, what you don't like, and then you go yourself further. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And look, I'm going to tell you which one I like the best today and kind of where I want to go with my whiskey. But once again, if you guys want to get involved in the Christmas special, which we can say is a podcast, and is great value for money because retails are almost 80 quid depending on where you get it, but you can get it for 50 quid via Summerton Club. All you got to do is head to summertonclub.com/hour and make sure you put in the see, I've had a few whiskeys now then. Yeah. Make sure you put in the offer code HOUR at checkout, and I believe you're going to be offering a wee dram as well. All your listeners, you want to get a little bit extra, use that code HOUR or summertonclub.com/hour, and you'll get an extra little taster of something else. There you go. Just to help you on your journey as well. Nice, so you haven't just got an amazing bottle, you've also got a little bit extra for a lot less.
There you go.
You know when he was saying about growing up and having certain whiskies like
Yeah.
JD and Coke and all that kind of thing, and then tasting like shit,
Yeah.
with all due respect to
Yeah.
Jack Daniels, and then discovering the ones that like actual game changers. At my big age, I feel like I'm only just sort of discovering that a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about any of the speed rail, that's what they call anything that's just close to the bottom of the bar: vodka, whiskey, brandy, tequila,
Someone's
and that
worked in a
stuff
bar.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've worked the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like those are not real drinks, bruv.
Nah.
They're drinks by definition.
Yeah.
As in, have
'Cause
they
you can
got
consume
alcohol
them.
content?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are they anything near it? Yeah, absolutely no, man. Like you said, like with all due respect, certain beverages deserve to roll with Coca-Cola, where these is optional. And I was learning stuff like sherry cask, port cask, and stuff like that. And I'm getting into it. Man. It's quite nice.
Okay, well, I'm absolutely clueless about all of that. I'm just like, yeah, it tastes really nice, or nah, it tastes like death, or whatever. So take me under your quite sizable wings, your arm
Those-
implants,
fuck's
your
sake.
bicep implants,
Christ.
and take me on this journey with you.
I will. I will take you on the journey with me, but I haven't got arm implants, I should say. Yeah, once again, summertonclub.com/hour. But which leads us on to the next thing that we did together. We killed some time. We went and got to see a good friend of ours, K Kurd, sellout show at the Eventim Apollo in London. Bruv.
Oh man, like there was so many different levels to how good the whole evening was, and good is underplaying it hugely.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things about it was I have never seen an audience so diverse,
Yeah.
all laughing at the same thing, which just goes to show how universally appreciated he A is, B can be, and C should be even more so in the future.
Yeah, man, and don't think that Richie's just throwing that word around, because we all said on the night that's a word that's been so rinsed, diverse,
God.
in it. But you could
It
not.
nearly bores me.
Yeah, but you looked into the audience and you I don't know, you just saw such a difference, like row or seat by seat. We're like, wow, this guy's comedy connects, like you said, with everyone.
Yeah.
And obviously, fantastic warm-ups. You know, Laura Smith came out, kicked ass. Ishan Akbar came out, fucking funny as fuck. In their own different ways as well. And then obviously Kay came and kicked the doors off as well.
Yeah.
Had a big boy announcement as well. You know, whoever done that was
What?
did his job.
I just saw a pair of arms walking around stage. I didn't see a human.
What did Laura Smith say? She said something, and the girls said something, and she said something to the audience. By the way, sorry, a bit of background. I wore a t-shirt that had been in the hot wash, right? So it was a little bit tighter around my arms. It may have been an extra medium beforehand. And there were a lot of comments about it. You lot made me feel really insecure, man. I don't know, not insecure. I just felt very aware that my arms were.
Honestly, put it like that. That t-shirt would have drowned me. I am a 6'3" gentleman. That t-shirt would have literally drowned me. And it put it on you, and it looked like it should fit a 14-year-old.
Bruv, it was very tight.
Just take everything we were saying as a compliment.
Thank you
and
very
Laura
much.
Smith, when she came out, she was like, "How about that Marcus Bronzy? Ow!
Is it?
The arms on him, etc., etc."
Wow. I mean, all right, cool. Cheers, Laura.
But
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess just be careful not to make your arms like your personality trait. Arms first,
Armcus
chat
Bronzy.
second.
Yeah.
Armcus Bronzy.
But yeah, man. No, it was great. It was good warming up the crowd. I got to have a little bit of a chat and you know, vibes a little bit with the people that were sitting down. There was one lady in the audience who was flipping, going for go. You see her standing up. She was shaking everything around.
Yep.
Man, flipping. I think she knocked someone's drink over behind her, allegedly. Yeah, someone said that. But yeah, what an audience, man. And just like, you know, congratulations to K Kurd for selling out one of the, you know what I like about the Eventim Apollo? Iconic, intimate, but enormous at the same time. And I don't think you get that level of intimacy when you go bigger. Because you go bigger than that, it's your arena, innit? That's what it is like. And I think it was just a great show for the people that Kay could draw. And it was quite, you know, sister podcast, Ain't Got a Clue. Quite a lot of the Ain't Got a Clue crew were around as well, which was quite nice as well. Knocking around, so it was good to see them all. And Kay just nailed it, man. I mean, what was it like for you? Because you were, obviously I was running about when the show was on. You joined us, you were chilling backstage with us, you were vibing.
Yeah.
You were very politely, didn't even partake in the food that we had catering. And this is how Richie's a nice guy, yeah? Like catering. And bro, you were expected to eat. Richie was like, no, I'm gonna eat my own food because I'm
Mate,
not gonna take you, bro. That is such a testament to your niceness.
It's not. No, genuinely, because I was literally a spare wheel there. Like you invited me along, which I appreciate, and it was like, look, if you could just take some photos. Yeah, of course I will. Of course I will.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking take away other people's foods that are actually working. I was the only person there who wasn't doing a goddamn thing. So why would I think that I could take food that other people have paid for and it's for the people actually doing work?
Yeah. I would have had a chicken wing if I were you. Though,
I mean, I really wanted to.
Yeah, the chicken wings
my
look good,
days.
didn't they?
They looked incredible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. But yeah, no, it was really good, man. And it was like a nice audience were there as well. And it was just like, I wasn't even doing much, bruv. I was just doing a little bit of hosting, introducing whatever. I was knackered at the end of the night. So Kay must have just been like, you know, I've actually not had a proper talk with him because he's gone away actually. So he yet to record anything. We planned to have some time. So he's chilled a bit. But it'd be nice to know what his how he felt because he must have been physically
emotional,
poops.
I bet.
Yeah,
especially when you brought his folks on at the end of the gig as well. That was fucking beautiful.
I was just
beautiful.
I turned to his mum and I was like, "You must be so proud." And she was like, "Yes." And I was like,
Stop.
I was like,
I
great.
walked past him. He'll probably hate me for saying this, but I walked past him and I think he'd just been sent a photo from someone of his mum outside with his name in the background and it said sold out, and I could tell he was having a little moment, and I was like, mate, you should be so fucking proud of yourself.
Man.
And then I just left him to it because I was like, you take this in before you go out, breathe it in.
Man.
And I could tell how much it meant to him as well.
I couldn't have been so calm as he was. He was quite calm as well, wasn't he? Like leading up to it too. Like I felt like I would be shitting it openly, but he was quite like you could tell he was thinking about it. But yeah, man.
Word to Craig David.
Word to Craig David, man. I think Craig's a mate of ours. We should have invited Craig down actually. I think he follows me and Kay.
It's a great name drop that is.
I'll pick that back up off the floor. Before I keep banging on about what I've been up to, what have you been up to, Richie? How have you been killing some time?
Oh man, what on earth have I been doing? Apart from that show with you, I've been a little bit of gaming, writing as per usual. I haven't got anything as exciting as what you previewed to me very, very sneakily off mic about, you know, just doing your bit for the community. That's for sure. Which is, I mean, speechless, and I don't even know the full story.
I may have saved someone's life, bro. I mean, but this no, but like, wait, is that it? You done? Is that how you? That's it, right? I've got some stuff I can give you. We can kill time with. We can catch up with that at another time. But yeah, I may have saved someone's life. I may have saved someone's life.
How can you just sit there so calmly and say I may have saved someone's life? Because this is the thing, right? Is that I've been in a fortunate position without ever wanting to like stage you of like receiving a message online. When I worked at joe.co.uk, we received messages online saying, thank you so much for this video. I feel like it saved my life when talking about mental health and stuff like that. And that's amazing, and I would never downplay that. It's a thing of beauty. But this story that you've got in the locker, it sounds like you're underplaying it for something that should be like screamed from the rooftops.
I'm hamming it up, but fuck it. I'm actually hamming it up for you. But like No. So we've got canals near the studio, and I was after a jog. I was on my way to the studios, the How to Canal studios, and I saw a lady chugging along in her boat. And basically, I don't know if you've ever been on a narrow boat or whatever. So you kind of, how you park it up is you cruise up to the side of the canal, turn off your engines, hop off, and tie your boat up before it floats away.
Okay.
Wet day, and it was like this slippery kind of. You know how the curb is a bit more slippery than the pavement? Yeah. So it's like an extended curb on this bit of the canal.
I've been on the receiving end of that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Really?
What, slipping over a curb?
Yeah. Fair enough. As long as you don't have to wrap your teeth around it. But so she's like about 3 foot away from the edge, and she's gearing up like she's going to jump. No. I'm like thinking, fucking don't do it. In slow-mo, she like takes half a step back and like jumps. And I'm watching her like move from the edge of her boat towards the edge of the canal, and I'm like,
paint a picture of what she looked like for us.
She was about 5'5". She was wearing shoes without appropriate grip on them.
Sure,
that'll feed into it.
Did she look like a character from Cliffhanger who should be leaping about, or they got no business doing that?
It stopped at her cargo pants, bro.
Sure.
Yeah. She was wearing like a t-shirt and a jumper and had her hair tied back and respectfully looked like someone who'd been having a bad morning anyway. Fine. She didn't look very happy. Fine. She was like, fucking, let's just do it. That's what it was, like, fuck it. And I saw her jumping, and like halfway through the jump, I saw her realise that she she was going to make it, but she didn't realise how slippery the floor was. So she slipped and like skidded along the floor, and the rope dropped in the water from her boat. And then she got up, and I'm like about 20 foot away when this happened. I start walking towards her. I'm like 15 foot away, and I'm like, don't do it. She goes, no. She looks at the boat. She fucking takes a run towards the boat, and I'm thinking, no.
Not again.
So
Didn't you just learn from the mistake you just did?
But no one's on her boat, and it's trundling along the fucking centre of the canal. So she runs back, jumps towards it, and then like 1 foot hits the edge of the boat, slips, and she just body slams the boat and then drops right into the water. Like head goes under, everything. Comes up again, and I just like run over to her, put my hand out, and be like, come with me if you want to live.
There it is. There's the line. There it is.
Pulled her out the water, and she was just there like looking at me like, what am I going to do? And I was like, look, for starters, is your boat in gear? She's like, no. So I said, it's just going to slow down. It's going to bump into someone else's boat. You'll be fine. A couple of fucking bystanders walked along and were like, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, I just lost the boat. They were like, oh, fuck, that's a bit of a bad one, isn't it? I'm like, you're not helping the situation.
Bummer!
Yeah.
Cheers.
I shouted over at some other boats on the other side of the canal that were parked up. But because they were these boats where it's just people that have houses, they're not really boaters.
Right.
I was like, does anyone have any rope or hook? Does anyone have anything that can help us kind of like maybe a little tiny little rowboat we can do to get? They never had anything because they weren't boaters. They just have fancy houses that float on the side of the water. Finally found someone to help her out. And then I asked her like, what's going on here? Like, your boat looks a bit like you're not really living in it. She's like, no, I'm building a house. It's my house that I want to build. And she was scared that she almost abandoned her house and lost it and crashed it into something else. But yeah, saved her life.
Yeah. No,
she might not have died. I'll be honest, she might not have died.
Yeah, but you stopped ever having to test the water, for want of a better phrase, to find out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you jumped into that two-footed, man.
Yeah,
I did. Dived right into that one.
Yeah, like so you will never have to know whether or not you actually saved her life because you stopped her from ever being in danger of losing her life. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can I call myself a hero now?
Yeah, I think you can. Apparently, like Chad Kroger's looking for you to redo the music video to the Spider-Man soundtrack.
Sweet,
you know. If
you know, you know. Let's do it, bruv. Let's do it. And I'm also open for all bookings if they want to do a Bodyguard remake or something like that, bruv. I'm ready to do that, bruv. I'm ready to go for it, bruv. Anytime. So yeah, I saved a life, and I saw 50 Cent. So at the moment of this recording, I have seen 50.
Yep.
You're about to see 50.
I'm about to see him Wembley Arena.
What do you want me to furnish you with, or what do you want me to not? What do you want me to?
So this is the thing: is that I saw him. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
And I saw him with G Unit, and Fabulous supported him.
Yeah.
And I love Fabulous. I think he's very underrated, and he warmed up. And the fact that Fabulous warmed up, and then 50 Cent came out with Tony Ayo and with Lloyd Banks, who for me is the best member in G Unit. I said what I said. Lyrically, undoubtedly,
punchline master.
Oh man, incredible. I don't know how this can possibly top that. But then I've seen footage of certain guests coming out who sick, but Lloyd Banks to me is I rate him so highly, and he's not going to be there.
He's not there.
No,
because they're not cool. Especially after 50 wrote about him in his autobiography, call him Lazy Lloyd and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're not cool. Yayo was there.
Did he perform?
Do you want me to tell you or not? I don't know. Do you want me to?
I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you?
I mean, he's got all of 3 songs, Tony Yayo.
I mean, we all know So Seductive, his big tune, is a 50 Cent tune featuring Yayo. Even though it's a Yayo song, I was like, right, 50's on this more than you, bro. Does the chorus, does half a verse for each verse here. So Yayo was there. Did you know who he brought out? Did you see on socials who he brought out? Who 50 brought out? He brought out.
Has he written our national anthem?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He brought him out.
Yeah.
That was vibes. But 50 Cent is 48 years old, bro. He's almost 50, and he's not moving like the 50 of prior years, and I respect that. But don't expect the same because I saw him in 2009. I think he was moving differently. Like he was running around the stage, dancing around. Yeah, he's a little bit more reserved, and he's been on tour for 5 months.
Did you see when Dr. Dre did the Super Bowl halftime show, one of the greatest gigs of all time?
Yeah.
And did you see the memes of 50 Cent afterwards?
They rinsed him, bro. Oh, man. For him looking like out of shape, upside down.
Not Proof from D12, Bizarre from D12, looking like Bizarre from D12.
He's in good shape,
right?
But he's not.
But he's 48 years old.
48 years old. Buster looks alright. Buster looks a bit better as well. Buster.
What?
Buster warms up. Buster's,
oh my!
You know Buster's a warm up.
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Buster does his thing.
Jeremiah's a weird addition. Like, have they made music
They've got that down on me, down on me.
Oh, yeah.
They did that. That actually nailed it. You know, that was a nice little break. Actually,
Yeah.
he brought out another US artist that he's done a collab with, R&B singer.
If it's
Very
not The
good.
Game, then I don't care.
Well, he did do Hate It or Love It.
No,
He did do Hate It or Love It.
My tune.
He did
I
it.
love
That smacked
song.
it. Well, obviously that's not a big surprise.
Okay, go on. Who was the R&B artist?
Neo.
Neo.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess Neo.
Yeah. But Jeremiah did some. If Jeremiah's doing it again, I think he's official. I think he will be there.
Yeah.
His bit with a piano and a dancer is a little bit. I mean, I'm saying he could definitely taste what she's had for lunch. Definitely, bruv.
Right. Okay. And that's an evening thing. So to taste what she had for lunch.
Yeah, man.
Hours after she's eaten it.
Yeah,
okay.
man. If she had dairy for lunch, he'd know about it, bruv, at the end of that performance.
Gee.
But we had decent seats. And you know what? He's older now, but I'm older now. So I didn't need him to run around the stage. It was nice hearing the big hits. Like, obviously, I think the only thing that could bring that is if I was to see the whole of G Unit together. Maybe we'll see it because this is the last lap.
Yeah, one of them.
But what about when he's 50? Surely he's got to do I'm 50 years old and I'm 50 Cent and doing whatever. And he's just sold 1 million tickets for this.
Right.
Worldwide. So why is he not going to do more?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you'll like it.
But you know what? I've not actually heard 50 Cent feature on a song. The last time I can think of that I heard 50 Cent featuring on any new music from him was probably like when I was at uni.
Yeah.
And it was like that before my Self-Destruct album with Baby by Me with Neo and can't remember. Get Up, that was a big tune, Get Up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on Nas's newest album and he like spends half the chorus
talking,
laughing.
Yeah, talking. Yeah. Does a
yeah.
little verse there. Yeah, I think he's done his best music.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully.
Yeah, fair play.
He does do the power theme though.
Oh,
Yeah, it does that. That bodied it as well.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was a good concert and I liked it. And I think for me, I always wanted to see 50 again anyway, so I was happy. But you're not seeing a 20-year-old 50 or 28-year-old 50 running around. That was 20 years ago, bro.
Sure.
You get me?
Fine with me.
But yeah, I think I'll be interested to hear how you get on with it. Are you going with some mates?
Going with a couple of mates who, like, we came up. I was going to sound like such a prick then. I was going to say, we came up together listening to 50 Cent. But
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? Like,
When he was on these streets.
When Get Rich or Die Trying came out when we were like 14, we
Yeah.
used to just rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat.
Heavy, bruv.
Yeah.
Heavy album. Yeah, man. So that's what I did. What else have I been killing time with? What else have we got here? I told you I saved someone's life.
I mean, couldn't you call saving someone's life killing time? Like, God, I've got nothing better to do. I might as well. I'll make a good story for the pod.
I did. First thing I thought was, fucking great, make a note of this. Make this
Yeah.
a good little story for the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. You know, I feel like I don't want to do it as a full time job. It doesn't pay
Saving
very
lives.
well. Yeah, it doesn't pay very
Sure.
well. You just get paid in like in
Ego?
like, grace and
Yeah,
ego.
that too
You know
as
what I
well.
mean? You know me. I've not got a very big ego anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll tell you what, right, Rich? You can choose. I've got something you could drink or something you can open. I've got like it's a gift for you, and you can try. You can have a go on them, but we obviously can talk about them in another episode in the future.
Or
Or I've got something you can drink, which you can see on the table.
I can, and I'm very intrigued by these boxes on the desk that we can drink.
So last time we spoke, you told me you were a cognac drinker, right? And I happen to have got my hands on a Greek spirit, which is not called a brandy or a cognac, shall we say, but it's called Metaxa. It's a Greek spirit. But I have been assured that it is something that we will like. And I've been more than assured because I realised when I saw the bottles, it's something that I tried last year when I was in Greece.
Okay.
And I was at a wedding, and it, I think I had one of the bottles we got here. So we got a Metaxa Greek spirit, 7 stars, which I think is a star for every year, I believe.
Right,
I do
not
believe so.
quality. It's not like a 5-star quality thing.
I think it says it's in a case for aging for 7 years before marrying it with a muscat wine and infused with Mediterranean herbs and rose petals for 12 months. There you go.
Fair play. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit scared because anything that's like Greek spirit, I just think of ouzo and sambuca, and those are just projectile vomit inducing
These guys do make a ouzo,
demons. No.
but what do these taste like? I don't know. But, and we have got some ice as well if you want. I mean, or do you just want to go for it raw?
Yeah, let's go for it raw. It's a weird sentence, I'm pretty sure. There's plenty of other ways I could have said that.
A little splash there.
Thank you. This is a really bad time to need a piss, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Really
do you need a pee?
Really do.
You can.
Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Right,
We'll just
okay.
excitement of the Metaxa got you going.
I wanted to do it the respect that it's due by emptying myself of liquid, just to accommodate just this.
Have you got much else to do today? Did you need to make that much room for it?
Apparently.
Right, so 7 year. So right, okay. Forever associated with being on holiday, Metaxa is known as a brandy, yeah, okay? But it's actually a Greek spirit drink, yeah? And I think that is to do with, in France, you know how you can only call a champagne?
Yeah.
You can only call you can't call it, like, that's why Prosecco is Prosecco, because it's not champagne, because it's not made in the region of Champagne. I feel like this is a similar thing. And I think the numbers that are on the bottle, because I've read this in a few places, that it's the numbers the stars, the number of stars is equivalent to the number of years that it has been, aging for. So this has been aging for 7 years. So I wouldn't say it's the most aged kind of cognac you would have had.
Yeah.
But give it a little pull. See what you're saying.
Cheers.
Straight out of the bottle. What do you think of the smell?
Smells.
Smell brandy like?
Yeah. I'm a little bit trepidatious around this because of those bad memories of Greek spirit.
Here's a 5-star year of it. Oh wow, you put it all away. Okay.
I am.
You liking it?
Did you hear my tummy just then?
Yeah.
My tummy was like, "Rah, give it
me some more. You like it?
Yeah, I do.
I'll give you a little more scratch.
Oh man, it's very, very nice.
Yeah, it's a sipper. So they say like it's something that you can have, and there's a 5 year, which I probably wouldn't go near because for me, long story short, I'm not a G, but like I'm not an expert, but a longer time in the barrel just gives it a bit more of a refined taste. If it's something that's a bit newer, it's a bit like firewater. But you like that, yeah?
Yeah, I do. Cheers.
And I'll tell you a quick story before we get to the next one. I just remember something about the 50 Cent concert. True story. We came in and there was one of our friends bought a ticket last minute and wanted to stand with us, but his ticket was nowhere near us. But I was like, there's 4 of us standing together. Surely we can just squeeze him in when we're standing up. Came in, saw 2 guys to our right. And they were like, we just had a little bit of a chat with them, and they I thought that they were both like 2 single guys. A really pretty girl walked past, let's just say Bundesliga situation.
Sure. Yeah.
They were like, they looked like that. And I looked at them and they looked at me, and I was just like, I was like, look, we're gentlemen. Some things are better left unsaid. And they just started cracking up, and they were like, oh, what's going on? And we had a nice rapport from there. They were really excited for the show. And then one of them lost their phone. And he couldn't find it anywhere. And I'll tell you the next part of the story after we sip a little bit more of this. But yeah, thoughts on this then?
That's a hell of a cliffhanger. And such a random one as well.
Yeah, random one, isn't it? Yeah, we'll get to it.
Hell?
We'll get to it. So you like this then, long story short?
I do. Long story short. I mean, listen, if you're trying to get out of me that it tastes a little bit of cherry and there are notes of chocolate, I can't. It just tastes really nice. Like, if I was going to say, genuinely, if people listening wanted the closest thing that I can guess, I'd go with like caramel.
Yeah.
It's probably the most obvious thing to say ever. But...
Yeah, man. And you're a Remy guy as well, isn't it? Found out on the back of the bottle, Remy owned Metaxa. So, there's a little bit of a quality seal there as well. Speaking of quality, I mean, look, let's just step this up another level, mate. I got you another glass. If you want to use it, this is the 7 year. I put it away, but there's a, you want to grab that bottle over there?
Oh my days. There's more stars on this than I can count.
12.
I mean,
sorry about that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Wow, 12. Well, more stars than I can count. 12. Yeah. 12. I bottom out about 11. But yeah.
This is
there you go.
Some very fancy packaging. Ooh. Hey, listen. If it's a square bottle, it bangs.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the rule. I think I just made that up, but still, that is beautiful.
There you go. Metaxa 12 year. So I got a little bit as you're pouring it up. I'll tell you a little bit about. So yeah, considered to be the pinnacle of the Metaxa product range. It's not really, because they actually have some better ones now. So that bit of writing is a little bit out of date. They've actually got some like slightly fancier ones that have been a little bit more refined. Basically, it has been aged for a minimum of 12 years in oak casks as well. So where the 5 stars supposed to be a bit more lighter and delicate, this has more depth and complexity with floral notes, a richness of coffee and dark chocolate and orange oils. Again,
sure.
I'm with the yak. I'm like, do I like it or do I not?
Yeah.
Do you know what? This is closer to Remy. Not this, but the one I just tried. It does feel like it's closer out of all the brandies to Remy, because I feel like Remy's a sweeter brandy.
Yeah.
I have to put it back in the box, mate. We can have a bit more if you want.
Oh, sure.
What do you think?
Sure.
What do you think of this then? Like,
well, in theory, it's nearly twice the aging process of the other one, so it should be nearly twice as good.
Twice as good, yeah. It's a bit smoother, isn't it?
Oh,
For me,
it
anyway,
is.
it goes down a bit easier.
Definitely. Oh, that's fucking dangerous. Right, should we just cut here and just crack on?
It's chilly. Oh man,
That is. I mean, the original, the 7-year was good, but that. It's like drinking syrup.
you like that, yeah? That's it. we were just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, out of context. Yeah. You like that, do you?
I think that's gonna have to come onto the drunk cast that we do at Christmas,
shit,
isn't it, bro?
yes,
That's
it
gonna
is.
have to be it. But yeah, there you go. Look, I've
All worries have been placed firmly in the bin
and
by the fact that it's a Greek spirit.
it's not brandy. Yeah, it's not ouzo.
Nope.
It's not grappa.
Nope. It's not Sambuca.
It's not sambuca. So you're on that. They've done their job.
They really have.
This is why Remy Contro bought into them, I guess.
Big time.
So yeah, so that means you now like a drink that isn't brandy, but it's
Or
definitely had the same
or bourbon.
or bourbon. Yeah, man. It's been a quite listen. Booze wise, I feel like people have learned a lot in this podcast.
Fair play.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Yeah, and also, I'm not going to lie, looking at it in the supermarket, nothing to do with the design of the box or anything, but I think combining like Remy or brandy
Yeah.
with Greece just doesn't, that's not it. For me, I would not be partaking that. It would be like going and buying a Honduran pizza.
It's like chips from the Chinese.
Yeah, it is. Although
You can-
if you're northern, you're probably listening to this and say, I fucking buy chips from the Chinese all the time. But in a northern accent.
Yeah, with curry sauce. With
Yeah.
chip balm.
Yep, exactly
Chip
that.
balm. No, I think it's probably will work to their favour to not call it a brandy. But when I was in Greece, at a wedding where I proceed, bruv, it is, mate. I'm still waiting for that hangover to hit me, and I think when it will, I'll just be walking down the street, and I'll just be like, ugh, like a sniper will hit me, and I'll just be like, ugh, like, just fall over on my face, yeah. But really good times. So it does go down quite well, and we're having this. We've got ice here if you wanted, but we
Don't
just
need
had that.
Don't need
Shout, yeah, man. All right, cool. Well, shout out to Metaxa, man. Big up yourselves. We'll put a link to that in the show description if you want to check that out. Again, not paid for any of that, so check that out. So the other half of the 50 Cent story, right?
Please.
Take a little sip of this. Yeah, Metaxa.
What were you going to call it?
Yak. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So the two guys sitting next to us. There's a short guy. He's about 5'10", 11", right? Shorter guy, yeah. And he is big smiley face.
The way you're describing all of this is like a David Fincher like film where there's going to be some sort of big plot twist, and I'm trying to guess on what it is, and I can't.
You're giving me way too much credit, but
Okay.
You won't see this coming. It's funny.
Right.
So then there was a taller guy, a slimmer guy, who I'm going to call I'm going to call him Tall Man
Sure.
for the purposes of this. So Tall Man's there. He's a bit further away from me, but he's smiling at me. He's got good vibes, but Smiley is next to me, right? So we're chilling. I noticed they're drinking doubles
Yeah.
of yak, and I'm thinking, yo, you guys need to slow down a bit. Yeah, they're getting well into it. So Busta Rhymes is on, and they're fucking going mental. Yeah. The thing with the girls that they get up and walk past us and come back. That happens, and we're like,
Yeah.
bro, like respectfully, he's like, wow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're gentlemen, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
The girls come back. He's lost his phone, remember, right? So he's all like he's stressing, you can see. And then Smiley turns around to me and goes, all right, he's found his phone. I'll go wicked, sweet. That one of the girls had found it on the floor. It dropped out of his pocket. So he offered one of the girls a drink. Tawley offered the girl that's next to him a drink.
It was Tawley who lost the phone.
Tawley lost the phone.
offered-
Tawley offered the girl Bundesliga a drink, yeah?
Yeah.
She accepted the drink, fine. So then Smiley turns around to me and goes, fucking hell, man. I go, what? He goes, it's all happening now. It's all happening now. I go, what's all happening? What's up? He goes, look at the girl who he's just bought a drink's leg. And I'm going, all right. Her leg was like up against his. And I was like, oh, we're at an arena, innit? The seats aren't that big. We're all quite tall people. The lady's quite tall as well. And I was like, nah, her leg is definitely leaning over to him. And she had her phone in her hand and was kind of holding it kind of in a way where it's like, almost as if he's like supposed to say, yeah, let me put my number in that phone.
Yeah. Let me put that phone to good use.
Yeah. But I look at Tawley, and Tawley looks really stressed. I said to Smiley, I said, what's going on? He goes, oh man, look at Tawley's hand. Look at Tawley's hands. He's married. So I'm like, okay, of course. He's married. He's in a compromising situation.
Yep.
He doesn't want this stress.
Yep.
He'd rather it end. Maybe he doesn't want to tell said person to stop doing what they're doing in case they're like, how dare you think I'm rubbing up on you? It's just an arena, you fucking creep.
Yeah.
So he's there stressed. I go, well, I think it's not that big a fucking deal, mate. Chill. Smiley goes, it is, because he's sitting next to his fucking brother-in-law. Smiley was the brother-in-law. So think about it. I'm sitting next to a brother-in-law, and then next to me, next to him is it. But Smiley's getting fucking hammered, bro. Like getting bust up. Like he's getting wasted. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So as they get drunker, they start getting looser. And I'm like, look, Smiley, can I tell my friends this? Because this is funny. All my friends are to my level. You're like, yeah, mate. He goes, cool, sweet, man. You're cool, whatever. Da, 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 da. And we're doing the whole, when we're standing up, bringing in another friend. So it's really intimate between us. Smiley starts getting drunker and goes, let me take a sip of the yak while I talk about this.
shout out to Tawley and Smiley, that's for sure.
Tawley and Smiley, man. Tawley and Smiley are there, yeah. And then Smiley starts turning to me and going, yo, bro, I'm getting kind of wavy now, you know, and I'm thinking mad thoughts. I'm like, what? He goes, I kind of don't blame him. And I said, he's not done anything. He goes, I mean, I kind of wouldn't blame him if he was to do something risky, you know. I wouldn't, half of me would be upset, but half of me would understand. And I was like, you know what? You know, you've got your cognitive dissonance down. You know, your mind can be in two places at once. He's like, cognitive what? I'm like, you've had too many cogyaks.
Yeah,
so,
nailed it.
Continue it, carry on. But yeah, so anyway, like, so that's carrying on. It starts to elevate a bit more. Like, Smiley gets even more drunker. And as Smiley's talking to me, I noticed that Tawley's talking to the other girl a little bit more as well. And I think, am I accidentally wingmanning?
Oh, definitely. I was just about to say.
But then
if you weren't there,
yeah,
that chat would have been done. It would have been, thank you so much for finding my phone. I really appreciate you. Have your drink. He's a gentleman, clearly. He's like thanking her. Leave it at that. But you're there. You're wingmanning.
Do I grass him up? Is what I'm saying. Do I say, hey, look over your shoulder. Look at your brother-in-law. Or do I? Because it could be innocent.
Know these people.
Right. So I just thought, chat, keep it pushing. Buster goes off. 50 comes on and fucking smacks it. You know, what up, blood? What up, blood? Yeah.
What up, cuz?
What up, gangster? Yeah, all that stuff's happening. Vibes. But there's moments in the show where
Has
50
this
kind of
Taxa done a trick on us?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
14 stars. But the stars add up, basically. So you've had to.
Is that what it is? 14 is 12 plus 7.
Yeah, 21 years.
Yeah.
It is, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
It's beyond your numbers. Remember, you can only count to 12. But so 50 kind of nips out to do a costume change here and there, and like 20 women will come out and dance at the same time. I didn't tell you about that before, but there's lots of booty shaking, yeah. So that's happening.
Shock. The guy who wrote PIMP.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Oh, that song bodied it, bruv. Smashed it. And I was praying for Snoop. Didn't get Snoop. The thing is, you might get a different guest. Yeah. But anyway, Smiley turns around to me. And I could not see this coming. Smiley goes, fucking hell, man. I'm not angry with him anymore. I kind of understand where he's coming from. In fact, you know what?
No way.
She has a massive ass. And my sister's got no ass at all. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Smiley, why'd you say that to me for? That's your own sister, bro. That's your sister.
Fucking hell.
So Smiley.
This guy is no shame.
Like, so Smiley's what? Like, I'm there. Like, my mind's doing backflips because I'm like, you've analysed your sister's bottom. Yeah. I don't know if that's something that is acceptable, but we'll keep it moving because you have half of France in your belly right now, yeah, and your friend is half of France. As he says that, I'm laughing. I'm like, can I tell my friends? Tell my friends. 50 comes back out, and let's just, I don't know, pick a big 50 tune that you like.
If I can't.
If I can't's on, yeah. If I can't do it, we're vibes, and then I'm looking at Tawley. Tawley's got his arms around Smiling. He's vibing with him.
He's hiding that ring then.
Yeah.
Like,
but
arms
then
tucked under his armpits.
But then I looked carefully at him. Smiley's holding up Tawley because he's so fucked. Because I realised he's been slamming the brandies so hard, yeah. And then we're like halfway into the concert, yeah. So the tunes are banging, yeah. Tawley's just sitting down, absolutely fucking wasted, yeah. The girl who's been trying to move him up, not interested anymore because she's next to a wreck, yeah. He's like, his head's bopping around like he's trying his best to fight for his drunkenness, like, so he's giving her like a little fit like that, yeah.
It's bad when you're sat there and you're fighting. You're like, when you know you're shit-faced, That's when you have that self-awareness. Oh fuck!
It's horrible,
I am
isn't it?
drunk. I need to sort it out. That's when you know it's bad.
Your internal dialogue's going.
Sort your shit
I
out.
shouldn't have had those last 17 drinks. I need to sober up right now. I need to
bring
sober
it back. Bring it back.
Yeah. So so then that happened. He got absolutely wasted. He stumbled out like 2/3 into the concert to the toilet for a bit. Stumbled back again a bit better. We all think he probably had a little clear out in it.
Wait, of what?
He probably went.
Oh, okay.
I reckon he put two fingers down his throat. I don't know, or maybe he didn't need any help. I think he vomited.
Tawley or Smalley?
Tawley tried to walk out. If we weren't cool with him, he could have like caused trouble because he was falling over and looking at us all weird, and we're like, "Brother, it's us." Oh, sorry. He was a mess, bro.
No, when you said the clear out,
yeah,
because I thought he was going for a tactic that.
Oh, you thought
friends of mine
halfway through a 50, so you're knocking one out listening to What Up. He's pumping one out to G Unit.
There is nothing like that post nut clarity, is there? Nothing on this earth like post nut clarity. So he could have gone and done that, and then this girl Bundesliga could have been like, whatever.
Yeah. She wasn't pleased. Anyway, she wasn't pleased because she had to sit next to somebody who could have vomited on her shoes for the whole concert, innit? Yeah. But yeah, no, I was just there and it was so funny. And I asked Smiley if I could tell my friends. I told my friends it's so funny, like, because during the concert, my mate turned to us and said, "Listen, yeah, look, it's cool. Like, this is crazy. We have nothing to do with this, but I can tell you one thing for a fact, yeah. I've got 2 sisters, yeah. And I could tell you everything about them, but I couldn't tell you how nice their asses were because I'm their brother." To which one of his mates, my mate said, "I'll fucking tell you everything you want to know about their asses." And everyone went, "Rah!" Like that.
He queued him up perfectly.
Yeah.
It was an alley-oop.
Yeah, and then he went, same guy went, "I'll even tell you about your mum, bro." Too far. But yeah, so it was good. So all that's happening alongside the whole concert. It was fucking fantastic, man. It was great, and it was just like a whole side drama that was so like it was nothing happened in it. A guy got drunk, but within all of that, we heard some of the weirdest shit ever. The way he said it, they were like, "Yo, bro, she's got a massive ass and my sister's got none at all whatsoever." I was like, wow. As if like he's justifying.
I was going to say, that's your justification.
Yeah, he's justifying that, bro. So yeah, that was very wild. Very wild.
This is the thing, is that I would thankfully never, ever, ever be in that position. I don't have any sisters. Thank fuck. So I would never be in that position. So I will never know how I would be in that situation. Yeah, but I like to think I would never say, yeah, my sister's not got any booty. So
I can be honest, I wouldn't be able to say anyone in my direct family, I cannot, and even my close friend's sisters, I can't see them anything other than just like goofballs. Like, it's a weird thing.
What?
Goofballs.
Oh, right, yeah.
Sorry, I'm a bit unclear, but yeah, a goofy ball. Yeah, I can't see them other than that, other than sisters. I can appreciate they're pretty, but I can't see them in a way. Yeah. Like if they dropped something and picked up to bend over to pick it up, I wouldn't be like looking at them the way my guy was talking about. Yeah, my sister's got no ass. Like he's
also like, the fact that we're even talking about this and we're saying, "Oh well, I wouldn't do that," is fucking mental. Considering that 99% of people, I like to think, would not look at their own. You don't look at your siblings in a sister, brother, sister, mum, dad. You don't look at anyone in your family in a sexual way. Do you know what I mean? No. Yes, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, so that was just a fun little story, man. It was a fun little drama on the side at 50 Cent. It was. And the way he said it, though, man, like, imagine that your brother-in-law is pretty much saying, look, like, not hall pass, but he was saying, like, whoa. Like, imagine. I can appreciate the pressure you're under. That is possibly a better story than you saving someone's life. Yeah, easy, man. The amount of fucking plot twists and the amount of the story elevated and then elevated again and then elevated again, and there were fucking plot twists as opposed to you just digging some misguided woman out of a fucking out of the canal where really the canal probably, if she swam forward a few feet, she could have just stood up and got out. But yeah, you know what I mean. Should we have another Metaxa bar? We probably should. Look, should we go back to the 70s just to see? I just want to, This is it. But yeah, what are you making excuses for? Yeah, and I've got a surprise for you as well. I'm gonna get your surprise out. So, this is a new thing. People that come on the show, I'm gonna listen to how you'd like to kill time, and I'd like to thank you. And I'd like to kill some time. I'd like to give you a way to kill time. And we can discuss this when you come back on the show. Now, when we last spoke, Rich, you said you unfortunately had a little issue with your headset.
So, bro,
fucking
honestly,
first world problems. But yeah,
this here is. I'll be honest, it's not top of the range, yeah, but this is my favourite headset at the moment that I use with Turtle Beach, bro.
Guy, thank you so much. That looks amazing because at the moment, like, I am getting mocked in my own flat by my missus because my headset is camouflaged and I play Call of Duty Warzone. She's like, you're getting into this far too much. Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, is that the broken one that you got though? Is that?
That's the broken one.
Yeah, there you go. So that's fully wireless as well. Plugs into the PS. I think it also works with Xbox as well. You know.
Beautiful.
But PS, and also what I like about that was it the Stealth 700.
This is it, yeah.
Gen 2. What I like about it is it connects your phone at the same time. So if you get a phone call halfway through the game, you can just answer it on your phone and keep it pushing. And all the game audio's in there and your phone audio's in there as well. I swear to God, it's the maddest thing when I realised it could do that. Yeah.
That is incredible, but my missus is not going to listen to this, hopefully, because then I haven't got an excuse to not pick up the phone when I'm playing Warzone or FIFA.
Yeah, it only does it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do it with like, there's a couple games. What was I playing? I was playing something on the Nintendo Switch. No game chat, so I just used that and had a phone call. I think it was with Ori Styler I did. I was playing Street Fighter or something, Streets of Rage or something.
Yes.
Use that. But yeah, man. There you go, bruv.
Thank you so much. And the original headset I've got is Turtle Beach, and it's incredible. So this is going to be.
Shout out to the gang at Turtle
even
Beach
better.
and Cat and Lou at Lick, bro. Also, there's that as well. This is that Atom controller. So basically, we're moving into this area now in gaming where we're very aware, and gaming companies are very aware that even though we can have multiple screens, there's one big screen in the house. Yeah.
Fact.
And we know that as men, we like to think that we dominate that screen.
Again, fact.
Or should I say, gamers, or male or female, or however you'd like to be addressed, you feel like you dominate that screen.
Exactly.
But when there's certain television shows on and you're with someone else, there's a compromise that doesn't go in your direction. So gaming on like screens that are like portable or mobile devices, the one, and that's the Atom controller. So allegedly, apparently, you can use it to control your, you can game on it. I think it works with Xbox. I don't know how it works with PlayStation, but remote play, you can do that, shove your phone in the middle of it. So yeah, grab those things, crack on with them, and we can talk about them in a future show. I think I've got an Atom controller as well I can have a go on. And
we definitely will. You're a top man. Thank you to you and Turtle Beach and Kat as well.
Yeah, man.
That is, that's beautiful. And also, again, I lose the argument of who gets the TV because I want to play COD or I want to play FIFA or I want to play golf. Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
What golf game you play?
2K23. Yeah.
Right. Well, sweet.
With my mates, but I need the TV for it, whereas she can watch her television series on a laptop. Not anymore. You've done me in the best way possible, but the worst way possible.
But I don't get it though. Like, if you're watching a fucking reality TV show, I can watch that on my phone. I watch shit like that because I'm not a reality TV show guy per se. Apart from 90 Day Fiance UK season 2, only that season 2, not 1. If there's another one I want to watch it, UK 90 Day Fiance UK season 2. Bruv,
that's
highly recommend it to you, bro.
Really niche.
I'd highly recommend that to you, bro.
That's really.
I'm gonna send you an episode. Honestly, I could send you a couple of episodes, and I think it might hook you in.
The only one that I would gravitate towards is Big Brother because it's all about psychology.
Yeah.
Which makes me sound like a fucking loser, but it's true.
I'll be honest, I've not watched this season as much, so I've not been into it. Have you been across it at all, or you just mean like classically the way that they fuck with people?
The whole concept of it. The whole concept of putting complete strangers, because you went to university.
Yeah.
I went to university.
Yeah.
Remember moving? It was like Big Brother in the first sort of 6 months. You move in with complete strangers, and it's how you act and all this kind of thing.
Did you ever meet anyone at uni that tried to reinvent themselves? Like
me?
Really? How did you?
A little bit. I was a fucking loser in secondary school.
Really?
And some would say I still am, but at least at university, like I had a fresh start.
Yeah.
So like your scales are different and all that kind of thing.
How were you a loser then? Though I don't know. Like, because I tried to at uni. I tried to do the opposite. I wanted to be like
yourself,
translucent. Like I wanted to be like I didn't want to be seen, bro. I wanted to just be like calm as fuck.
No, in secondary school, the only thing that saved me was being half decent at football.
Really?
I used to paint and collect Warhammer. Big gamer, always been a big gamer.
Yeah.
And like when we were 13, 14, that wasn't as socially acceptable as it
Warhammer
is now.
was not. You don't talk about that at school, bro.
Warhammer never has been. So I mean, I love it, and I still nip into a games workshop every now and again just to have a little look, trip down memory lane.
Can I be honest? I don't know how it works. What is it? Because
I don't know how it works.
From that, I'm like, you buy the thing, you paint it. Do you take it to war now? Is there a game that you play? Is there like a game where you roll the dice?
You take it to war.
Like, is there like a? I feel like. Do you have a little table?
It's like what I imagine. I never did Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
But it's like what I imagine Dungeons and Dragons is. You roll. You've got like 2 dice. I think of one of them was like I can't even remember what the dice are, but like different dice are worth different weapons. And we've lost like 3/4 of the audience.
Yeah, they've gone now. They fucked off. But no, this thing I don't get is how do you stop someone from just having a big pocket money and buying all of the best Warhammers and killing you?
That is the 2002 problem that we have today with like FIFA Ultimate Team or Call of Duty, where people buy up weapons and buy up players in Ultimate Team.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, man, Warhammer. I didn't see. I could look gaming, but Warhammer. Have you still got them?
Nah.
You sold them or just threw them away?
Oh, my mum probably binned them.
Really?
Thought, what is this shit?
Did you paint them and everything? Like,
I put effort in.
Did you have the little eye, like the monocle that had the zoom in?
No,
so you could get close. So you could get close to it.
No. Like, if I could have afforded it, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like what the jeweler has to check if a diamond's real is you can check if you're painting correctly.
But when I say I went in on my painting, I like painted the pupils and like the eyes of the white of the eyes and then pupils in as well. Like, and when I remember the first time I did that, I was gassed.
Wow.
You're never gonna have me back on the show again, are you?
I have so many questions, bro.
But I told you, fucking loser. Yeah. And I discovered alcohol.
But like, is there instructions on how to paint it?
Yeah.
And do you have to buy specific paints? Is there like an eyeball white and like a sword silver?
We have lived in a capitalist society for how long?
Yeah.
Of course, there's an eyeball white.
Oh my god.
And this character's only got blue eyes. This character's got brown.
Really?
I made that a little bit up. But
how much does a Warhammer model cost? I have so many questions.
So, like,
because these shops look like they're fucking around and they're staying around. I know them.
I can't believe it. Like every single time I see one, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So there was like the higher up the rank you go in your army. Fuck me, jeez, my missus is gonna break up with me. The higher up rank you go in your army, the not necessarily the more expensive, but like you get specialist characters that you can buy on their own. Yeah. And this is back in the day, so I don't know about now. I don't know if it's changed. And they're like maybe 12 quid. But when I say the miniature's like, 2 or 3 inches tall.
Yeah.
12 quid for a 2-3 inch tall.
So you could fuck up a few hundred quid.
I've never seen you so judgmental in your life.
I'm struggling to get my head around. Like I get it. Like I get collectibles where you just look at them. I get collectibles where it's like a plane. But with that, I was never aware of how they went to war. And it seems like there's ultimate enjoyment in just painting the correct color eyeballs. And
do you know what it is? Imagine chess.
Yeah.
But you get to like pick your kick-ass team instead of it just being a king.
It's like FIFA Ultimate Team, innit?
But more
you
tangible.
have more control. Yeah, more tangible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And far more nerdy.
Yeah. Well, which
if you are still listening to this, then let us know at the email address that Marcus is going to tell you, because fair fucking play.
Warhammer at howtokillanhour.com.
You know what, but honestly, on a serious one, this would have divided the audience into noob or the 3% of the audience that's still, oh my god, this guy gets it. Space Wolves for life and all this.
What are Space Wolves?
It's one of the chapters.
Is it?
Yeah.
Chapters?
One of the... Right, so... Okay. Do you really want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You can always edit it out.
Bruv, you got to quench my thirst for knowledge right now, bruv.
In general?
Yeah, come hit me with it, man.
That is a sign of a real student wanting to know about this.
Listen, I'm not gonna take the piss out of you until I know every angle.
Right. Fuck. Really setting myself up to fail here. Yeah. Right, so there's different, like, obviously, in chess, there's, your different pieces that face off against each other. In Warhammer, it's exactly the same, but you can pick between ones that look like basically a rip-off of the aliens from Alien.
Okay.
Gene Stealers.
Yeah,
the Space Marines from the Alien films, or Aliens film.
Okay.
Which is the... Cadian shock troopers. Oh my God.
The Cadian shock troopers.
The way I am mining for memories of knowledge right now is mad.
You're good though.
Right, and then you've got Space Marines, who were like basically walking Terminators and got suits of armor and stuff like that. That's what I had. And then within those as well, the Space Marines, you had different chapters within the Space Marines. You've got like the Ultramarines, the Blood Angels, the Space Wolves, the Dark Angels.
Okay. No, I'm not knocking that because I feel like, I've played games like Fallout 4 where there's different like factions and stuff.
Right. Just imagine that on a tabletop.
Have you played a game of Warhammer on a table?
Yeah.
How long does it take, like a game?
Oh, I can't answer that. I cannot answer that.
I would play a game, bro. Like, listen, if you had the stuff, I'd sit down and play a game.
Games Workshop, if you're listening, get in touch with Marcus Bronzy at howtokillanhour.com.
Would you do it?
I'd do it again. Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do a game. I don't
mean,
know
it would
how-
be. I'm not gonna lie. For a podcast, it would be the shittest episode of any podcast.
So we'd have to do it off the pod.
Yeah.
Could I borrow someone else's army, or would I need to know the intricacies of their space?
I don't. Do you know what? I don't
the
remember.
blood.
I honestly
the blood.
don't. Blood what?
Blood angels.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
I was going to say blood diamonds. It's not blood diamonds. That's a completely different thing.
Risky.
It is blood angels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember that far.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll wrap up the show with a couple of jokes just
Yeah. To bring
for
the audience back.
For those of you, well, I don't know if we could. Don't know if we could do that. But I've got a couple of jokes for you, right? And I think we're pretty much done. Have you got any jokes, Rich?
Listen, you can always put them out the fire, whether they're
There you
good or
go.
not.
There you go.
It's
I've got some ones because you told me that they're not. I'm not not edgy enough. You told me that you need something a bit harder. Like you're a man.
Sorry?
You said you. Whoa. Right. Couple drinks there. You said you need something that's got a little bit more edge to it than the silly dad jokes I've got. Not even edge is the wrong word, isn't it? You just need something that's got a bit more humour injected into it.
It's a genuine personality flaw that I don't laugh at enough things. Like
Okay.
the stuff that I don't find funny, it's really upsetting.
Okay. Well, I've been sent some
Go on.
from the audience. What do a burnt pizza, a frozen beer, and a pregnant woman have in common?
God, it's going to be something sexist, isn't it? They all produce the good. I don't know.
Some poor sod forgot to pull out.
Wait, what?
Burnt pizza, frozen beer, and a pregnant woman.
Frozen beer. Yeah, sorry. Oh, fuck.
You like that? I thought you didn't like that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's there. It's there.
Okay,
It's in the. Yeah, it's there. It exists.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm not going to deny that joke's existence.
What's the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman?
Jesus Christ. Here we go. Go on.
One's a superhero, the other's a command.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Shit. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I got a longer one for you as well. All right.
I'm so annoyed at myself for laughing at that.
Well, it's just jokes, isn't it? This is a classic.
Go on.
Right, I'm going to try not to step all over this. Old man. Do you want another one? Go on, let's go for the 12 again.
Your wish is my command.
Whatever you fancy, bro. I'll have it in the glass. A hunter goes into the woods to hunt a bear. He carries his trusty 22 gauge rifle with him. After a while, he spots a very large bear, takes aim and fires. There's smoke everywhere. When the smoke clears, the bear is gone. A moment later, the bear taps the hunter on the shoulder and says, "No one shoots at me and gets away with it. You have two choices. I can rip your throat out and eat you, or you can drop your trousers and bend over and I'll..."
I mean, I was wondering if when you said bear, you're referring to the. Oh, how do I phrase this? You might have to edit this out. Homosexual role?
Oh, yeah, not that. It's just natural bear.
Oh!
Yeah, cool. But the bear says, you're going to get...
Bummed.
Yeah.
Barebacked.
Barebacked. Yeah, you're going to get barebacked.
Yeah.
I like that, actually. You have two choices. I can rip your throat out and eat you, or you can drop your trousers, bend over, and get barebacked.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Oh, that wasn't the punchline?
the hunter decides that anything is better than death. So he drops his trousers and bends over, and the bear does what he said he would do. After the bear has left, the hunter pulls up his trousers and staggers back into town. Pissed. He buys a much larger gun and returns to the forest. He sees the same bear, cocks the trigger, aims and fires. When the smoke clears, the bear is gone. A moment later, the bear taps the hunter on the shoulder and says, "You know what to do?" The hunter goes, Afterwards, the hunter pulls up his trousers, crawls back into town and says, "F it." He buys a bazooka. Yeah. He's vexed. He storms back into the forest, sees the bear, locks onto the target and fires. The force of the bazooka knocks him flat on his back. He's lying there in a daze of smoke and mist. As it starts to clear, he sees the bear standing over him, and the bear says, "You're not doing this for the hunting, are you?"
Just, do you know what? Oh, man. I want to know who wrote that. And I want to know how
It's a good
How
joke.
did you think of that? Well,
a good
how
joke.
did your brain go to a place where an actual grizzly bear is bumming a hunter? Or,
I mean, I like it. It's out there. It's out there.
that's
out there.
one fucking phrase for it.
So there you go. I'm done. I'm done for jokes. What have you got for me,
Oh, man,
Richard Driss?
Let's Let's go hunting for jokes.
The Warhammer done, you know. Was it Warhammer 40k? What was that? What's the
That's the
40k
one.
about?
Because it was the futuristic one, whereas there's Warhammer original, which was like Lord of the Rings, and then there's the futuristic one, which is the one I was into.
That's the cool one, yeah.
Which is the cool one.
So you lot would like mock the original Warhammer.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
you
fuck
nerds.
those nerds. Yeah.
Right.
All right, first
Like
joke I
Star
come
Trek people
across.
taking a mick out of Star Wars people.
Oh, you love Star Trek, don't you?
I like both, but I've got to say, man, I've got to go for the show, which has had 50 years of consistently good IP.
Sure.
Star Wars is playing a bit of catch up right now. Disney, I believe you got it, but Star Trek.
Good is a broad term as well. I bet if we looked back in time at the worst moments, they would be hysterical.
Of what, both of those shows?
Yeah.
Oh, bruv, there's some horrible stuff. But I like sci-fi, whereas Star Wars is sci-fantasy. So I like a bit more of, because it's more like ninjas, like there's like samurai stuff, like, you've got, the way that Jedi Knights are, it's like, you've got, I'm forgetting the name for it. What do you call your like master? Padawan. You got Padawan and all
No,
that
Padawan
stuff.
isn't the master. It's the
Sorry,
apprentice.
the apprentice, Padawan and all that stuff. That's a bit more like, like samurai stuff. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? A lightsaber is basically a samurai sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas Star Wars, it's like,
Well, Jedi is now known as a recognised religion.
Really?
Jedi, I
Bruh.
swear, Jedi is like a recognised religion now.
Wow.
Sure it is.
Imagine putting that on paperwork for your passport. It's like Klingon is an official language as well now. You can learn it.
Are you joking?
Yeah. Why is that? How has that made your face do that? But the fact that you can have a religion as a Jedi not.
Because
How
I
is
knew-
that like just
because
someone
I knew
saying that that's a language? Wait, what?
Because
What's your face almost turned inside out at the thought of that?
Right, because a language is more niche than a religion. And I'm not a religious person, but a religion is like the way you live your life,
Yeah.
whereas a language is just what you speak.
Yeah.
So it's more niche.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
It's a bigger deal to have a religion as a like. If my religion was Klingon, yeah, like not that that's their religion. If I believed in like what's it called? Oh my god! All my Trek culture guys are gonna rip me for not remembering of where the Stovacor. Yeah, basically it's where Klingons. Anyway, look, we won't get into it now.
We're
But,
even now for the Warhammer thing. That's for sure. Definitely.
But anyway, look, if I said my religion was a Klingon religion, that's a reach. But speaking the language is like just cool, isn't it? Like
Cool to who?
just
also
cool,
it's
isn't
also
it?
fucking useless.
Yeah, but so's being a Jedi as your
No,
religion because
but-
it's made up. It's made up. Not like most religions are made up, but it's made up so recently that we can watch a film about it.
Yeah, but you might have to cut this. But to me, religion is just useless. Full stop.
Yeah, I think that's a valid opinion.
Like
That's a valid. I just said all religions were made up. There you go.
there you go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
arbitrary rules made by someone who we don't. Yeah.
Yeah, all religions are made up, but this has been made up 20 years ago. It's too close to home, bruv. I can watch a movie. There's no movie that was made that far back about, like The Passion of Christ only came out recently, innit? And we know that was made after the book
Yeah.
was written many times.
That's true.
Anyway, we're going on a
Many,
fucking,
many times.
we're going on a
Jesus.
spiral right now. Go on, anyway.
Honestly, from Warhammer to cancelled, just like that. Right, a man was driving down the road when a policeman stopped him. The officer looked in the back of the man's truck and said, "Why are these penguins in your truck?" The man replied, "These are my penguins. They belong to me. You need to take them to the zoo," the policeman said. The next day, the officer saw the same guy driving down the road. He pulled him over again. He saw the penguins were still in the truck, but they were wearing sunglasses this time. Nearly nailed the read of this. I fucked it.
Just like me, it's all good. We're balanced now, even.
But they were wearing sunglasses this time.
This time. Sorry, say that again, go on.
Shout out to Invisalign. But they were wearing sunglasses this time. There you go. "I thought I told you to take these penguins to the zoo," the officer said. "I did," the man replied. "And today I'm taking them to the seaside."
I get it.
I can't believe you laughed at that.
I
That
get
is the
it.
very first time I read that. I mean, if you didn't get it, you'd be a fucking idiot.
I get it. I sniggered. That was it, bro.
Are you happy with yourself, though?
Forgetting it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. My
can't be
my
happy-
joke intelligence is very low. I like it. I like it.
You
It's a
cannot be
wonderful-
happy with yourself for getting a joke as basic as that.
Oh wow.
You can't. Why did chicken cross the road?
Don't. I was literally going to say that's
Right.
what I want to get to the other side. I'm like, yes, nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! Next one,
Exactly.
IQ.
Right, okay. Again, I'm reading these for the first time. A snail goes to buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
The salesman is surprised when the snail picks out a fast, expensive sports car. He's even more surprised when the snail requires that a big red S be painted on both sides. Why would you want such a thing? Asked the salesman. The snail replied, I want people to say, look at the S car go. I mean, I think it says all it needs to be said that there was. I mean, it looked like you were trying to mask some sort of smirk. That's
reserve
funnier
that.
than the joke itself.
We reserved that for a very special game.
Yes.
I mean, I hear that all the time with my jokes. So this is the first side trombone you've had. Decent though.
Hang on.
Decent.
What was decent? The
For
read?
me, but for the rest of the world, I don't think they like that
I think the read itself was decent.
the read was good.
Hey, come
yeah,
on.
man, you're a better reader than me.
Come on.
Yeah.
Any voiceover agents out there that want to sign up?
You've done VOs before, haven't you? You got a VO voice.
For the purposes of Blue Peter, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see you could sell something like I'd buy
What?
home-based
Exactly.
furniture from you. You could tell me that my furniture is half the price. This
take
season.
that.
I'll take.
I'd buy bicep implants from you. Sorry.
You know what?
Be
A
proud.
man looks after himself, eats a couple chicken salads, and goes to the gym. Gets rinsed by. Do you know what's? Do you know? Leave this in the audience. What was funny is there was I can't remember his name. I think it's Nathan, but it was a friend of Kay's came in the room. Guy was wham hench,
Right.
and I shook hands with him, and because he had bro, he got massive hands. It made like that noise, and everyone was
Yeah.
like, "All right, Marcus, chill out. Just because a guy that's coming in the room is bigger than you, why are you trying to over alpha him?" I was like, "I'm not, man. I'm shaking his hand." The guy walks in the room, and I swear, bruv, he had to duck under the door frame. Yeah, and I just went to shake his hand, and yeah, man, I got rinsed for that.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that just because he's had to walk under the door frame doesn't make him wham. Like, I would know. I'm tall, but I'm built like a fucking super noodle. No, sorry, a noodle.
Yeah,
Super
Nah,
noodle would imply.
he was hench though, bruv. Come
Right.
on. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
yeah. He was.
You were just trying to recreate that Predator handshake, weren't you?
Bro, yeah, it was like that.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I think someone says who said it under their breath as we hit hands. It was like a Dragon Ball Z thing when two fists hit each other. It was like a fucking Superman fighting Zod or whatever. It was like absolutely no chance. Anyway, I believe this has been an episode of How to Kill an Hour. Wow, what an episode it has been. Where can we find you, Mr. Richie Driss?
Sorry, is that how you want to summarise it?
Alright, go.
I believe this has been an episode.
I believe
been.
this has been a whole episode.
Who the fuck knows?
I believe. I mean, look, there's 2 parts that we've recorded for a toilet break. We've had a fantastic interview with Summerton Whiskey Club.
You saved a life and you accidentally wingman someone.
Saved a life. Accidentally broke a marriage up or wingman somebody.
Shit.
You're sitting there trying to
I'm
kiss
here.
like it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You know, we've tried something new as well. Spirits. Well, it's been a very interesting episode. I mean, all we need now is a name, which is going to be Warhammer 40k.
That's going to drive everyone away from the episode.
bring them in with the SC.
That's going to drive everyone away from the episode. You're trying to generate.
Warhammer
Listen.
50 Cent. There we go. I think we can go from there. There we go.
There you go.
So this has definitely been an episode of How to Kill an Hour. There you go. Where can we find you, Richie Driss?
I'm on the socials: Twitter, Bebo, Xbox, Instagram. Most specifically, at Richie Driss. I don't know who spells Richie with a T. There's no point. Like,
Okay.
Richard is not spelled with a T, so why would you put T in Richie?
I don't know, bro.
Driss.
I'm not going to put it in. It's Richie, Richie. Anyway,
the one.
Marcus Bronzy and How to Kill an Hour on all socials as well. Will be in your ears soon after a long sleep and some hydration.